What up everyone, True Blue here, back with some more YouTuber Pokemon teams. Y'all really liked the last time I did it, so I got another set of 5 YouTubers, all with teams. They're all ones I like, just probably not in my top 10, but I mean I still like them, so we're putting them on here. I assume you'll watch the first one. If not, there will be an II card at the top, so you can go watch it, of course. I recommend watching it, a lot of people liked it. You'll probably like this one too, but if not, I'll just go give a brief rundown of what's going to happen here. I have 5 YouTubers. I'm going to give them 6 Pokemon each, make full teams based off of their branding, their content, anything Pokemon related they may have done is probably going to be on here. So let's see if you can get all the references. Before I actually get on to the content, make sure you're subscribing, liking, doing all of that. Helps the channel a ton. I'll just hop right into it now. First up, today we're going to start with a very funny man. A man known for Kirby, but has done a ton of Nintendo content, and that is Daniel Failboat. Or just Failboat. Failboat is a pretty old YouTuber, in all honesty. He does streams on YouTube itself, not on Twitch, so that's like a big one right there if you guys want to see streams at Failboat. Now, his team, he has done Pokemon content before, so I did take some of that, but there's some videos of his that I feel I just really love. And I really want to represent, so they are mixed in here. For one, his ace Pokemon is going to be Wooper. Just a standard Wooper. Wooper was the Pokemon he used in, Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Violet. It was in all of the thumbnails for new Pokemon Snap when he did that. Wooper's kind of been a mainstay in all Failboat's Pokemon content, so I think it'd be best to have that be his ace. Next up, we're taking Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff notoriously was put into Smash Bros. As a simple clone of Kirby, or not really a clone, but just they could use the assets because they were so similar. And Failboat does so much Kirby content nowadays, and on top of that, behind the scenes, he's a huge Smash player. He actually really likes playing Smash. He does it, I would say, semi-casually. It's not like full competitive, but it's like kind of there. So to reference that alongside Kirby, we're taking Jigglypuff. It is the best of both worlds right there. Next up, because he is Failboat, to represent the boat half, I took a Lapras. Lapras is notoriously the surfing Pokemon back in Gen 1. All the artwork, the sprites in like yellow. Lapras is always surfing. Always your carry Pokemon on the water. On top of that, there is real-life Lapras boats. Not many Pokemon, I think, have a boat designed after them, so I think Lapras clearly gets that spot on the team. Next up, for a bit more fun, I'm picking Tropius. This is to reference it was basically a collab, but Hey There Danana. For those who don't know, a long time ago, it was a joke from a Splatoon video, and it became a song, and I think it's really funny, and of course, it's all inspired by an action of his during said recording where he peeled a banana with one arm, and then he recorded the music video, and then it was sung over by another one of his friends. So because of that, I want to put Tropius here because that is like a core memory for me for Failboat. It's so funny, so I just want to represent that somewhere, and Tropius of course has bananas on it, so picking Tropius. Next up, we're going to take a standard Porygon. Failboat in more recent times has done a lot of coding and or AI-based things where he makes his own algorithms and programs that he interacts with during the streams. They're all very funny, they're all his own work, and he's learning more and more code, it seems, as videos go on. So to represent that more modern portion of his content, I took Porygon, of course, being a man-made Pokemon. And lastly, I took Cubone. This goes back to Super Mystery Dungeon, where he had Cubone and named it Failure. He names a lot of his characters Failure, but just to reference another Pokemon thing he did, I decided to pick the Cubone named Failure. On the other side of the spectrum of content creators, someone equally funny, but in terms of brand safety, the complete opposite. He is not child-friendly. That is Charlie Slimesicle, aka Slimesicle, with tons of content, who does stream, of course. Primarily streams. I feel like content is now an afterthought. But another older YouTuber, posted content for years, has been in many groups, appeared in many videos, so I loved his older content. I don't really watch a lot of him now, but I wanted to give him a team. So first up, I'm taking Solosis as his ace. It is a slime ball. While what surrounds Solosis is more along the lines of like a gelatin cell membrane type of substance, it's just a slime ball at the end of the day, and Slimecicle, his whole thing is he's a slime on a stick. So we're just gonna take the slime ball. There you go, he's Solosis. Next up, I'm giving him Mareep. The reason this isn't his ace is because I don't know if it's actually his favorite or not. So, to my understanding, that line of Pokemon may be one of his favorite ones. At the very least, he owns the the jumbo, stupid overpriced, because, Mareep plush. He shows that off. So, clearly he likes the Pokemon. I'm putting that there. Maybe I may be just wrong. He might have said his favorite Pokemon, but to my knowledge, it is someone in the Mareep line. So I'm just gonna take Mareep, play it safe. If not, let me know in the comment. Next up, to represent the time he actually did a video on Pokemon Sword, I'm taking Stunky, who he named Ass Blaster. Stunky was the Pokemon in the thumbnail. That is like the only direct Pokemon content that he's done a video on. I believe he streamed another game, but I wasn't going to go for all his streams to find that. So, Stunky it is. Next up, we're taking Skiploom. This is to reference the Slime Story plushies. Branding, of course. There's plush lines, he's like the creator of, basically, and one of them has a striking resemblance to Skiploom. So I'm just to reference the marketing and branding of Slimecicle even more, we're going to take the Skiploom, and it is whatever that character is. I am so out of the loop. I have no clue what any of this stuff means. But next up, we're taking C-Dot. This is to reference, I believe it is still his most viewed video, and that is Corn. That video, him dressed in a corn, I believe it was like a college project or something. Whatever the case, everyone has seen that video. And to reference that C-Dot, because that's the closest thing we have to a piece of corn, that they get popped in the popcorn. I think C-Dot's the closest thing we got. Lastly, we're taking Incineroar. So, this is going way back. Slimecicle, for me, the videos that I loved and I watched so much was Inside the Mind of Smash Players, and he did 8 episodes, mostly of the DLC characters, or the new ones, but he did videos where it was more or less like how to play these characters in such a loose, not even trying format, where it was very much comedy. It showed off the character in the most comedical way possible, very much not taking the character seriously in this game. And they were hilarious. I love them so much. The Piranha Plant one is my favorite. I literally own the Piranha Plant puppet that was used in that video. I quote some of the things from that whenever I play Smash. And he did 2 on Pokemon-related properties. He did Pokemon Trainer and Incineroar. Pokemon Trainer I just thought was the not funnier one of the 2, so I took Incineroar because the entire time he's doing a voice like this for the Mad Cat. And I think it's funny. So yeah, Incineroar is rounding off Slimecicle's team. This is an insane team. Like, most of these Pokemon would get bodied in a battle, but then he would just pull out the funny cat, and that is the most Slimecicle move of just last minute, we're pulling out the cat. We're pulling out the cat, and it's going to go crazy. Alright, well, I wanted at least one animator in here, so today we're going to be taking the Odd Ones Out. Odd Ones Out, of course, I want to say is probably, second most known animator on YouTube besides Jaden, unless Odd Ones Out surpassed. I'm not familiar with the animators of YouTube too well anymore. It's been a long time since I've kept up, but Odd Ones Out is very popular, known for his Subway series and just random online comics. James, Odd Ones Out, of course, is I'm a Pokemon fan, but doesn't do a lot of Pokemon content, so I tried referencing the very niche Pokemon content. Most of them are very old videos at that, so... Anyway, moving right along, we're going to open with Breloom. Breloom is his favorite Pokemon of all time. That is confirmed. Finally, someone openly admitted that they have a favorite Pokemon. Hallelujah. But Breloom's his favorite, so that is his ace Pokemon. Next, from drawing Pokemon from memory, I'm taking Flaffy. That was one that he had to draw, and I think that was probably the closest that wasn't the Gen 1 Pokemon, and I thought it fit the overall vibe. Next up, to reference Oddballs, the show that's on Netflix that James, I don't know if he directed, produced, it's him. It's his show. To reference the main other character that isn't James, I think it's an alligator croc. It's one of those. It's a little humanoid thing. He's a little goofy guy. To reference that, I pick Cyclizar. While we do have like crocodile, gator Pokemon, I think Cyclizar fits better overall because it's a lot more lean, stands upright, and like while I could have gone Crocorock, it just didn't feel the same. So I pick Cyclizar, and I do think it fits overall better with, again, it's just vibe. I think it's a cooler Pokemon, you know, so I just think it fits his vibe because he's cool. Next up, to reference the Suavoy series, as mentioned before, I'm taking Arbolivia. This is because of one very specific joke, and I want to say episode 2, that I used to joke about with some of my friends years ago. And that is, Subway specifically required you to put exactly 6 olives on your sandwiches. Is this true? I don't know. But Arbolivia does have 6 olives exactly on it, which is really funny, coincidental. So, I'm taking Arbolivia as another member of the Auburn Sets team. Next up, I wanted to reference Life is Fun. It was a big song that, you know, he sang in, he helped write, I believe. To reference Life is Fun and the whole meaning of that song, I decided to take Snubble. On top of that, James has had dogs in the past. I believe he still currently has dogs. So it references James as just pets. But on top of that, Life is Fun. It's very straight to the point, you know. Don't need to look so negatively at life. You can enjoy it for what it is. Snubble always looks grumpy, but enjoys things, you know, under the tsundere face it always has. So I would like to take Snubble for the double reference, but if you guys have a better Pokemon recommendation to better represent the song that isn't just like a song-based Pokemon, let me know. Lastly, to represent Draw Pokemon with New Types, to reference that video, I'm taking Emolga, another Pokemon that James had to draw. I believe it was a fairy type. I don't remember. But to reference that video, I am taking Emolga to wrap up the team, and that is Odd Ones Out's team of 6. Oh boy, this was the the most insane. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through this part seriously. Like, this was the most insane team I had to make. Next up, we have the infamous Markiplier. Markiplier, he needs no introductions. Markiplier is known on YouTube. He's the king of Five Nights at Freddy's. Everyone knows Markiplier in the Bite 87. So, I really challenged myself with this one. Every single one of these Pokemon, since Markiplier, to my best understanding and what I can find on the internet, has never done direct Pokemon content before. So, I went to his Pokemon Smasher Pass and took only Pokemon he deemed smashable as Pokemon on his team. So all 6 of these Pokemon he could have done devious things with. I don't want to know. But that is where all of these choices came from, on top of other reference I made based off these picks. So number 1, his ace Pokemon will be Florges. This Pokemon, of course, gave the best reaction of Markiplier in that video. Second, I'm taking Ditto. what more needs to be said? Next, we're taking Gorbis. Surprise smash, but Gorbis is representative of the whole pink branding era of Markiplier, the pink hair and the pink stash for nowadays is Wilford Wharfstash, one of Markiplier's many personas that he plays. Next up, I took Gorgeist. So I couldn't find a good Pokemon that he at least said Smash to represent Five Nights at Freddy's, specifically something that bites, because the Bite 87 meme. So I went with something more general for FNAF to represent it, because it's such a big part of his career. I took Gorgeist because it's a haunted pumpkin. You know, it's something normal that's haunted. FNAF, it's all about kids that have haunted animatronics. There wasn't really many ghost-type, like, haunted Pokemon on the list, so I worked with what I got, and I got Gorgeist. Next up, to reference In Space with Markiplier, probably his biggest project, as of recording this, that he's put on YouTube. I decided to go a little out there and say he's taking a Pheromosa. I believe Markiplier is not only just wealthy enough, he's that guy, you know? He's the guy who would pull up with an Ultra Beast. Like, he's pulling up with some of the craziest Pokemon you've ever seen, some of the strongest you've ever seen. And, well, you guys can debate whether or not I should be giving out Pokemon like this to people. I think everyone will agree that if any content creator is deserving of such a powerful Pokemon and out there Pokemon, I believe Markiplier should get that. So I'm giving him Pheromosa. Lastly, going back to his lore, I want to reference Darkiplier, because a lot of people joke on that, but if they know the characters of Markiplier's like stories, I feel like everyone talks about Darkiplier. So to reference that and his numerous amount of videos and things he's appeared in, I took Zoroark because it's a dark Pokemon that he said Smash to, and there wasn't many options, I'm going to be honest, but I do think Zoroark, out of all of the Pokemon he smashed said yes to, was the best choice. There was definitely a few Pokemon that came out after that video, since a whole generation has come and gone, that I feel like could have definitely, he definitely could have said Smash to, that could have been on this list, but as it stands, these are my team of 6. Markiplier, give me a part 2, smash some more Pokemon, make my life a little easier, and or just tell me directly what your favorite Pokemon is, unless it actually is Florges. Now, time for the easiest one of the video. Today, to wrap up my 5 YouTubers, we're going back to Alpharad. I thought it was a funny bit, having 2 Alpharads last time, but then I got a comment saying I think it'd be cool if I did a grass team, which was one of the ones I was going to do. So I decided I might as well do it for this video, because I thought it was funny. So, welcome back, Alpharad. You are on episode 2. So for his grass team, we're going to take the 2 grass Pokemon that I gave to his original team, that being Whimsicott and Jumpluff. For those who haven't or don't remember, Whimsicott represents his streams and his second favorite Pokemon of all time, and Jumpluff referenced Babu from his Twitch Plays Gen 2. Now, for the rest of the grass types that I have yet to mention, first, I'm going to go with Vileplume. This references Carl and Carly. Carl from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee with the Vilepile. This was the biggest part of that Let's Play. And on top of that, Carl then became Carly in Sword and Shield. So, to reference that whole era of the Vilepile, you had to have Vileplume on the squad. Next, I'm taking Sprigatito. Sprigatito's one of his favorite Pokemon from Gen 9. And on top of that, was in the thumbnail for ranking all of the new Pokemon, was the one he picked for Scarlet and Violet. The Weed Cat he always joked about. I think Sprigatito would be a good fit for him. And he has a cat, so yeah, we're putting Sprigatito. Next up, to reference his first Nuzlocke and his whole villain arc Nuzlocke, I'm taking Venusaur. Venusaur was the only, or one of the only Pokemon to make it through. It was the only Pokemon to make it through the entire video without dying. And then became the catalyst to his Joker arc, where he started sacking off Pokemon and not caring, because he did the perfect Nuzlocke. So, two sides of the same coin, Venusaur's on the squad. And lastly, to reference probably one of the more annoying captures in that shiny video that wasn't a water type, I'm taking Victory Bell. Caught a Bellsprout, evolved it, of course, so he has a shiny Victory Bell to reference that, and of course his luck. Bit more explaining this time than last time, but I hope you all enjoyed again. Let me know if there's any other content creators you'd like to see me do, if you want to maybe see me focus more on streamers. I realized a lot of content creators, or just YouTubers I watch in general, just have multiple channels, and I just watch multiple of their things. So I'm kind of running low on, at the very least, non-controversial YouTubers that I can cover. So let me know in the comments, or if you want to give me like themes like duos or anything, or maybe I'll do the next one all female content creators, because I realized after making this list that it was all dudes. It was all white dudes. It just happened to be that way. It wasn't the plan, but that's just how the video ended up being. Anyway, with that all being said, I hope you all enjoyed this again. Ton of fun to make these. I can't wait to make more for another episode. And with that all being said, I want to thank you all again. Please subscribe, like the video, share it. Do all of that for me. You love the other content creators I mentioned before, so help me out here and show me some love, and have a lovely day.